Dear Mr. Mendia, first of all, thank you for this opportunity to talk to you, to meet you, to have an interview with you, and to learn from your precious experience in the whole situation. The first question, so also our audience knows more about you. Please tell us, what is your background and what is your current position, and especially how did you come to this interest in China-Portugal relations?
Thank you very much for the opportunity. So, regarding my current position, I am General Secretary of the Portugal-China Chamber of Commerce and Industry, where we stand today, and I am also President of the Portugal-Hong Kong Chamber of Commerce and Industry. And these institutional roles have actually been part of my life for many years. I have been involved in in associations, trade associations between Portugal and China for many years. I have started in 2007 my connection with China and Hong Kong, and this happened through Hong Kong, where I opened a Portuguese logistics company, which is a company in Portugal with over 250 years, and it was in the expansion. In an expansion project at the time, and so I started this office in Hong Kong to work the Asian market. Since then, I have met my wife there and made a part of my life there, and I just keep. Other than during the pandemic, I go to Hong Kong, or when I'm based in Hong Kong, I just come here to Portugal every month.
Okay, wow. So you have a lot of years of experience with the whole cooperations between these countries. So as the Secretary General of the Portugal-Chinese Chamber of Commerce and Industry, you have impressive insight in the cooperation between these two countries, also with Hong Kong. Can you tell us what were the trends, what happened in the last years between these two countries?
Yes, I guess you can say that I have some experience. And in the last years, in the relationship with Portugal, actually Portugal has been one of the countries that was most benefit from Chinese investment, especially following the Lehman Brothers bankruptcy. Portugal also suffered a lot, and we were actually close to bankruptcy. And fortunately, we are part of the European Union, and so we were rescued. But we had a very tough plan to implement in Portugal, which was very successful, I must say. And it was thanks to the support of many foreign investors, amongst whom it was China. So Chinese companies, a lot of Chinese companies at that time invested in Portugal, and Portugal has ever since been grateful for that. That happened, I would say, until 2017, 2018, with a lot of intensity. But since then, it has decreased a lot, because also the priorities of the Portuguese government and the needs of the Portuguese people also changed. So Portugal was then fully recovered, and now what we are looking for in our relationship with China is mainly to have greenfield investment. So investment in projects to build from scratch.
Okay. And if I may add here, so would the greenfield investment be from China in Portugal or from Portugal and China?
Yes, unfortunately, it's only from China to Portugal. We would like, the scale of our economy does not allow that kind of investment. We have a couple, but they are smaller investments in the auto industry and other smaller industries, and the scale of the investment is also humble. I mean, it's the size of the country. So, and when you compare it to the size of China, when China is investing here, of course, it's very visible, because it's a huge country with huge companies, and sometimes when they make investments, they make very big investments.
Okay. And when you speak about greenfield investments of China here in Portugal, what areas would that be, or what industries would that be?
For example, in the auto industry. That's one of the industries we would like in the new energy vehicles, such as electrical vehicles.
Yeah.
We believe we have very special conditions in the Sines area, where we have a port.
The deep water port,
Yes,
no?
deep water port, and so the Portuguese authorities believe and defend that this would be a good location. We have, of course, some challenges. Also, we know we compete with other countries that also are looking for this type of investment, but this is definitely one key area. It's would be a priority.
Okay. So for the Portuguese, investments from Chinese investors would be a benefit. As you said, a lot of Chinese investments came during the crisis years. And I remember that there were also some fears about it being too much. So, but these have subsided. You see it as a positive part of development of the country.
Yes, I see it as a very positive part of the development, the contribution that we've had during these years, and in fact we continue to have.
Yeah.
And this type of investment is the Chinese investment coming from China is actually very healthy, because the Chinese investors, they don't come and change our management boards or anything. So they keep everything as it is. They keep creating more jobs. So from my point of view, which I'm very close to these investments and I know what's happening, I can tell you we have only to say thank you. But as you were saying, some fears were raised, and we saw in the media some feelings against this investment. Unfortunately, this happened, but it's unfair, and that's a fact.
Yeah. Because as you raised the deep water port, I remember that also for Piraeus in Greece, in a similar situation, there were a lot of fears that the Chinese are buying the port, but now it's a success story along the maritime Silk Road. So actually, I can see that this could benefit the Portuguese nation and the Portuguese infrastructure, right?
Yes, it would be the Greek story with that port is a specific story, but like every investment has an history, and it will have people that will support it, local people that will support it, and local people that will not support it. But nothing we can do about that. There will always be the two.